Hey, what's up, everybody? Haven't been able to get a chance to go out and get any more records in the last week or so, but I did want to throw up a video. I kind of got this idea when I was on the way taking my kids back home, which I just got back from doing. So a lot of traveling over the last couple of days. We went to the beach yesterday. Partially just because we need to go to the beach, and also celebrating my oldest daughter's 16th birthday. So got out, have some family fun. Took all the kids, the wife, the dog. With one really kind of cool conversation, my oldest daughter decided that she wants to start a record collection, but she doesn't have a record player. She was like, I saw this Black Sabbath record I wanted, but I don't have a record player. So being the influencer I am, I'm going to give her the first record player that we got back in April. So I decided to do a 10 great album covers from the 70s. Anything from 1970 to 1979. I actually I intended to do 10, but the amount that I pulled out just to kind of sort through to actually pick ended up being 11, so I ended up putting one back to be able to stay on the top 10, or not even a top 10, just a 10 in general. These are in like no way in any kind of order really. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This doesn't necessarily mean they're my favorite albums of the 70s. This is just my favorite album covers. So the first one I'm going to pull is actually the first Deep Purple album I bought, which is Stormbringer. I've always really kind of liked this album cover. This was the from 1974, one of the 3 records they did with David Coverdale on vocals, which I happen to have all 3 of those. The next one is Kiss Destroyer in 1976. I have always, in fact, pretty much because of this cover for the longest time, it stayed being my favorite Kiss album cover, or Kiss album from the 70s, strictly because of the cover. I just love the way these guys are kind of look like they're jumping out, about to go do some damage somewhere, about to go destroy something from, I believe, 1976. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 76 on Casablanca Records. The Deep Purple was on looks like Warner Brothers. I wonder if there was a, let's see, yeah, Warner Brothers. The next one is 1976 as well. The second album with Ronnie James Dio on vocals, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow Rising. I just love this cover with the water and the hand, and you got the rainbow in the fist. Just an awesome cover. And a really good record too. All these are really good records as well, or else I wouldn't have them. The next one is the only Uriah Heep I have, off the Mercury label. From, what's this say? 1972, Demons and Wizards. Awesome cover. The 70s, really always had some really cool album art, strictly because it was kind of starting into the late 60s, early 70s with the psychedelic look of things. And this next one is one of 2 Blue Oyster Cult albums that I have. This is from 1976 on CBS Records. Agents of Fortune. I've always just kind of loved the way the cards just kind of stick to the guy's hand. Then you got the back, looks pretty cool too. Moving on. So the next one, this is the only album I have of theirs on vinyl right now. Controversy on this album cover because the record was supposed to be named something else, and the artwork was done specifically for that title, and then they got told they had to change the title. They still somehow were able to keep the artwork. It doesn't really make any sense combined together. I'm talking about Black Sabbath's Paranoid. Probably most of you know, most Black Sabbath fans would know this. Released in '71 on Warner Records. The album was supposed to be called War Pigs, but this was in the time of, I think, like the Vietnam War and stuff like that, or just post-Korean War or something. And it was thought to be a really controversial album title, but I think it's a really cool album cover altogether. The next one, the first one I bought, the very first record I ever picked up, Angel White Hot off Casablanca Records. Well, I really love this album cover. The back's really cool too. And this was 77. We got 3 more to go. This one, I didn't know about the band at all until Rick, Pastor Remaster, had posted that he was spinning it on Facebook. And so far it's the only one I have of them. It's the self-titled album by The Gods. This is a really cool kind of album cover right here. And then you've got the back. Guys look very metal. This was 70, I want to say 8, but let me clarify it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 78. Really good record too. If you haven't heard it, you really should. I gave it a listen prior to buying it off of Amazon Music. This is on Millennium Records. And from 1978, I like the other album cover I have better for this band, but it doesn't fit the 70s, so I didn't use it. 1978, self-titled Molly Hatchet. Molly Hatchet always has really cool album covers. Their album covers look nothing like what you would think the music would sound like. Good old kind of southern rock band. In fact, the picture of the band actually looks a lot more like what they sound like. And last, another album where it's the only one I have from this band, from 1976 on Mercury Records, Thin Lizzy Jailbreak. And it's not my favorite Thin Lizzy album, even from the 70s, but I do think it's probably my favorite Thin Lizzy album cover. This is the only one I have of them so far, but even if I had more, it probably would still be anyway. And then you get a back look at the band members. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see if anybody else wants to continue on this thread. Everybody have a good night, and God bless.